Hi dear students, so in this section we will discuss about the circular motion. So with the help of an example of the motion of a car in a circular path or on a level road and as well a banked road. There are two types of circular motions we are considering. One is on a banked surface and another one is on a level surface. In the last chapter we have discussed about the circular motion, and we came to know we have studied one of the new term, that is the centripetal force. Actually the centripetal force is acting towards the center of the circular path, and its value will be equal to mv square by r, where m is the mass, v is the velocity and r is the radius of the path. And the acceleration value, where v square by r is the acceleration value, the centripetal acceleration value, and which is acting inwards or towards the center of the circular path. In the case of, suppose if you are considering the planetary motion around the sun, actually where the gravitational force is providing the centripetal force, we can say the gravitational force is acting as the centripetal force over there in the case of the planetary motion around the sun. In the same way, suppose if we are considering a car which is moving in a circular path, the centripetal force is provided by some force in between the tire and the surface, or we can say the circular path surface. So in between, that force is acting in between the circular path's surface and the tire. So you know that force is always the frictional force. So the frictional force is acting as the centripetal force in the case of a circular motion of a body or a car in a circular path. So in the case of the planetary motion, the centripetal force is the gravitational force. Here in the case of a car which is moving in the circular path, the centripetal force always should be the frictional force. Now let us consider the motion of a car on a level road. On a level road, there is no another forces acting. The frictional force will be there, and as well the normal and the weight of the car. These are the three forces over the car. One is the weight of the car, that is mg, which is acting downwards. Mg is acting downwards. Exactly opposite and equally the normal force will be there, n, and the another force, that is the frictional force, or we can say the centripetal force here in this case of this circular path. So these are the three various forces which is acting or which are acting on the car or a body in a circular motion. So if there is no acceleration, the vertical direction, here in this case the acceleration is only acting in the horizontal direction. There is no acceleration, upward acceleration is not there as well, downward acceleration is not there in the case of a vertical direction. If you are considering the vertical direction, there is no upward acceleration as well the downward acceleration. So the force acting will be is equal to 0. So N will be is equal to mg, or we can say N minus mg is equal to 0. N will be is equal to m into g. M into g. Okay. So the centripetal force required for circular motion is along the surface of the rod and is provided by the component of the contact force between rod and the car tires along the surface. Okay. So we have already discussed that point, that is the centripetal force will be acting, or the centripetal force is here in this case of a motion of a car in a circular path, the centripetal force is actually the frictional force. So we can say the frictional force here, if the frictional value, the frictional force f k, you know that, or fs will be is equal to static friction, you can consider fs will be is equal to mu s into n. So this mu s into n will be is equal to the mv square by r. Mv square by r, that is the centripetal force over here. So here it is given that F is equal to mv square by r, which is less than or is equal to n. So mu s into n, where mu s into n is equal to that is the Fs. We stated that the centripetal force here in the case of a motion of car, that is due to the frictional force. So here the centripetal force is equated with the frictional force. Okay, mv square by r is equated with the frictional force, but the frictional force should be more over there. Okay, or it should be equal. Both the centripetal and the frictional force can be equal, or the centripetal force should be less than that of the frictional force. So mv square by r less than or is equal to mu into n. Now the v square value will be is equal to, so by rearranging the equation, v square will be is equal to mu s into r n divided by m, where you can see here the equation is here, m is equal to, mg is equal to n. So here on the numerator and the denominator you have to multiply with the g. So n and mg will cancel, so the remaining will be mu s into r into g. That is the v square value. That is the v square value. It should be less than or is equal to mu s into rg. And the v max value will be is equal to, always, as you can see, it should be less than or is equal to, so v max will be equal to mu 0 into r into g root, all root. That is the v max value. V square value is equal to mu s into rg, and v max where the frictional coefficient is not there, the mu 0. Mu 0 means the value frictional coefficient is almost negligible. Okay, so rg into mu 0. So v max is equal to rg into mu 0, that is the, the mu 0 is not there, that is mu s only. Okay, wait 1 second. V max will be equal to root of mu s into rg. Actually the less than or equal to sign is there, so we are just removing the less than value. So the centripetal force will be equal to the frictional force. Then the V max value you can obtain, the V max will be is equal to mu s into rg. V max is equal to mu s into rg. This is not 0, this is s. Okay, mu s into rg. That is the maximum value of the velocity can obtain by a car or a particular body in a circular, in a motion of a circular path. Now let us come to the motion of a car in a banked or on a banked rod. So here we are having a rod of a slope theta with a horizontal plane. So each and every term, that is the mg term, n, and the frictional force or the centripetal force, all these terms having vertical and horizontal components. So we are considering the n's vertical component and as well the F frictional force vertical components. So from the figure itself you can see this is the normal force. The mg is acting vertically downwards, then frictional force is acting towards the center of the circular path, where theta is the slope. As this angle is theta, here come to this figure, this angle is theta. So the f cos theta and the newly drawn line both are parallel to each other. So here this angle should be equal to this one, that is both are theta, and here this one is a n is the normal. Okay, this is the normal. So the total angle it is 90 degree. So here this one is a 90 minus theta, and here if you are considering here this one is this angle, it is 90 minus theta, and if you are considering this one, this is actually a normal, that is a 90 degree line, the angle it is 90 degree. So if you are considering this angle, that will be again theta, that is 90 minus theta will be there, that is theta. So now you can take the components or consider the components of n and f with the help of this angles theta. So here the f is here, so it's horizontal component this one, and the vertical component this one. Consider the f first. So the horizontal component, the theta angle is over here, so the horizontal component will be f cos theta, and here the vertical component will be f sin theta. Now the n, if as you are considering the n, the theta is here, horizontal vertical component and horizontal component. Horizontal component will be n sin theta, as the theta is on the opposite side. Okay, and here vertical component will be n cos theta. Now you have to equate this n cos theta along with the f sin theta and mg, and f cos theta plus n sin theta will be is equal to the centripetal force. Okay, here you can see the centripetal acceleration is acting in this direction. In the same direction you got the horizontal component of f and n. So that should be both these, the values n sin theta plus f cos theta should be equal to the centripetal force obtained over here. Okay, so first of all we have to equate the n cos theta with f sin theta and mg. You can see that one here. N cos theta is equal to mg plus f sin theta, because opposite, and here f sin theta and mg are in direction, and in the exact opposite direction the n cos theta is there. As there it is, the balanced is, we can say the body is in a equivalent position. That means the f value will be 0. Then n cos theta should be is equal to f sin theta plus mg. The centripetal force is provided by the horizontal components of n and f. Here you can see the centripetal force is actually Fc, which is actually acting downwards like on this direction, and which will be is equal to f cos theta and n sin theta, horizontal components of n and f. So we can say n sin theta plus f cos theta is equal to mv square by r. Mv square by r is the centripetal force over there. Now the f is actually less than or is equal to mu s into n. F is the frictional force over there. So F will be is equal to or less than or is equal to mu s into n. So for obtaining the Vmax value, for the maximum velocity value, instead of this less than or equal, you have to, instead of this less than or equal sign, you have to put the equal sign. That means F should be is equal to mu s into n. At that time you can obtain the maximum velocity. Okay, that's the maximum velocity value. Then F is equal to mu s into n. Then the equation 5.19 and 5.919b, that is the n cos theta mg plus f sin theta, that will, where you have to substitute, instead of f you have to substitute the value mu s into n. Okay, so n cos theta is equal to mg plus, instead of f you have to write the mu s into n sin theta. As well, this equation will also change like this, that is n sin theta plus mu s n cos theta is equal to mv square r, where mu, instead in the previous equation, mu instead of mu s n we were having the f value, n sin theta plus f cos theta is equal to mv square by r. So here n sin theta plus mu s n cos theta is equal to mv square by r. Now from this equation you can write the n value you have to take. So for that you can take the mu s into n sin theta on the left hand side. So n cos theta minus mu s n sin theta. Sin theta will be is equal to mg. So you can take the m outside. So the n value will, as you are taking the n outside, you will be having cos theta, n into cos theta minus mu sin theta. So n will be is equal to mg divided by cos theta minus mu s sin theta. Okay, so substituting the value of n, from this equation you can find out the value of n as mg divided by cos theta minus mu s sin theta. Now we are going to substitute the n value that you have obtained from this equation in this equation, that is n sin theta plus mu s n cos theta is equal to mv square, where you have to substitute the values of n that you have obtained now. So by substituting the values we can obtain the equation as mg sin theta plus mu s cos theta divided by cos theta minus mu s sin theta is equal to mv square max by r. Actually, instead of less than or equal to, we have chose the is equal to sign. So the v value will become the v max value. Okay, so you can do one thing. As a self work, you just substitute the value of n in this equation. Here in this equation you just substitute the value of n and check whether you are obtaining this equation or not. Okay, as a homework you just do that thing. So the equation for our favor, that is the mv square max by r, will be is equal to mg sin theta plus mu s cos theta divided by cos theta minus mu s sin theta. Nothing, the sin theta and the mu s cos theta terms are there, n you have taken outside and n will be written as mg divided by cos theta plus mu s sin theta. Okay, there is no other substitutions done, just they have taken the n as a common term. Okay, n as common term they have taken, then they have just to substitute the value of n over here, that is sin theta plus mu s cos theta is here in this bracket as it is, and the n value mg divided by cos theta minus mu s sin theta. Okay, now we want to find out the value of the v max, the maximum velocity. So the maximum velocity value, for finding the maximum velocity value v max, you have to multiply the numerator of the left hand side with the r and as well denominator with the left on the left hand side with the m. So by doing that one, we can cancel the m value. And one more thing you are doing, that is you are dividing the entire terms. We can say the numerator and the denominator with cos theta. Numerator and the denominator with cos theta. That is mg sin theta divided by cos theta. Okay, I'll just write here sin theta divided by cos theta plus mu s cos theta divided by cos theta. Okay, on the numerator. So where sin theta by cos theta will become the tan theta, and mu s into cos theta by cos theta will become mu s. Cos theta by cos theta cancel. As well, in the same, the denominator also cos theta by cos theta and mu s sin theta by cos theta. The 1 minus mu s tan theta. As you have divided on both the numerator and denominator with the cos theta, there will be no changes in the equation. There will be no differences. So the Vmax value will be is equal to Rg into mu s plus tan theta divided by 1 minus mu s tan theta, the whole raised to 1 by 2. Okay. Okay, you may have some confusion here. Actually, the Rg all into mu s plus tan theta divided by 1 minus mu s tan theta. Okay, and all raised to 1 by 2 including Rg. Okay, that is the Vmax equation. You can just do that one as yourself. Just derive, just reconstruct this equation into the form of a Vmax. Okay, now as we are comparing the maximum velocity for a banked rod as well a flat rod on the flat surface, you can see that the V0 value will be, or the Vmax value will be larger in the case of the banked rod. That Vmax value will be Rg into tan theta all raised to 1 by 2. So at this speed the frictional force is not needed at all, where the mu s value is considered as 0, and provided the necessary centripetal force. Driving at this speed on a banked road will cause little wear and tear of this tire. If you are moving with the Vmax value, the maximum value of velocity in a banked road, in the wear and tear problem, the wear and tear of the tires will be large amount of wear and tear will be happen. And the same equation also tells you that for V less than V0, the frictional force will be up the slope, and that car can be parked only if tan theta less than or is equal to mu s. Okay, that is the angle of the slope, that is theta, the tan of that angle should be less than or is equal to the mu s value. Okay, then only you can park a car on a slope of an angle or a slope of theta. So these are the major things regarding the circular motion. So the motion, the equation, the derivation of the equation for a motion of car on a level road and as well the banked road, the Vmax value for the derivation with the figure. Okay, with a proper figure you have to study that one thoroughly, because as if suppose in the board exam or somewhere if it is asked with a figure, if you are explaining these derivations, then that will be more attractive. Okay, and as well you can earn such a good mark also. Okay, then thank you, and as well we will continue the question and answer section in the coming classes onwards. Okay.